Khloe Kardashian have a couple of books mostly offering advice or a slice of life to the readers. Dollhouse is their first venture into fiction, telling the story of three sisters whose lives are changed when one of them is propelled into superstardom. This sudden fame has its consequences, and the Romero sisters have to individually find themselves in order to keep the family together. So who are these sisters? Kamille is just living her life day to day, no real concrete plans when she's discovered by an agent, and almost overnight her career launches. Her older sister Cass is the perfect student, employee. There's not much she fails at. And the baby sister Kyle, well, that's where the failing comes in. She has no drive except to drive her mom crazy, so it seems. And despite being vastly different from each other, they do have this strong bond. You know what this reminded me of? Like one of those glitzy 1970s, 80s books that had a girl moving to LA from the Midwest, and everything is all glitz and glam and a little naughty. It was definitely giving me that feel. The problem is that it also feels like a YA novel at times. You know how at the end of some chapters of young adult novels, it's like, but this was only the beginning of their problems, or something like that. It had those short leading sentences that ended a lot of the chapters, and it made it seem really young, even though the book has very mature content in it. Let me tell you what I really liked about this book besides the throwback feel. One aspect of the sisters' lives is that they lost their father years ago in an accident. They all loved him, and early on reading the book, you can tell that they each lived their lives in accordance to how they coped with their father's death. Cass is type A, and that comes from wanting to honor her father. Kamille is aimless in her pursuits and impulsive, while Kyle rebels to hide this deep sadness. And I thought these were well-written portrayals of grieving daughters. Would I recommend it? It's hard to say, only because I think there's more to the story. There are storylines in here that are unresolved, and the style of writing, the choppy and paragraphs and jumping around from person to person, lends itself better to longer novel or even a miniseries. If this were given a V.C. Andrews type sequel, a series with a kind of soap opera-y feel to it, I have like ideas like churning in my head right now of like where they could go. But if they wanted to do that with it, then yeah, definitely check it out. If you want a light read, something a little tawdry and fun, you can give it a look too. It's got some humor, it's got heart, but definitely there's probably no chance of there being a sequel or even a series coming out to this. But if there were, definitely check this out. Okay, so if you like this review, like, comment, subscribe. Bye, guys.